Hey, I'm Roland and I'm in China right now, in Shanghai, checking out the Galaxy C9 Pro in this mall right here. It's a 6-inch device. It's definitely catering to the phablet fans, running an AMOLED panel on the front with 1920 by 1080, so a 1080p resolution. As you can see, it sports the typical Samsung design with those rounded edges and rounded corners. It has a 2.5D glass cover on the front. Typical Samsung buttons on the front too, and the new part is here that they have this pretty dope looking new antenna line design with those 3 tiny stripes going all the way from the left to the right. It's the same at the bottom pretty much, and yeah, the device definitely has its distinct look to it, although it's taking a lot of cues from the Galaxy S7, for example, having those slightly curved back covers, and it definitely feels pretty nice in the hand. It's got this full aluminum body. You have the volume rocker on the left, which has a pretty nice click point. It's a bit unusual for me to reach over there to that side, and if you move over to the right, you get the power button plus your 2 SIM card slots, as is the Chinese device, and a flash card slot for storage extension up to 256 gigabytes. Again, click point seems pretty nice. Also, the buttons aren't wobbly at all. Looking at it from the top, you can see the single mic up here, which is for noise cancellation, and yeah, this small sticker there tells you what's inside. So that's the Snapdragon 653, not the highest end SoC, but it has 8 cores, the fastest of which are the A72 cores running at 1.95 gigahertz. At the bottom on the front, you get this typical Samsung button layout. So you have the back button on the right, the menu button on the left, and in the middle is a clickable home button, including a fingerprint reader. The whole thing is just 6.9 millimeters thick, and moving down to the bottom, you get a single speaker plus the speech mic. In the middle, there's the USB Type-C charging port and a 3.5 millimeter headset jack right next to that. Looking at the UI, you can see it is using Samsung TouchWiz running on Android 6.0.1, still not having been updated to the latest Android Nougat in this case. What's interesting about this device is the massive battery that's in here, because this thing sports a 4000 milliamp hour battery. Sadly, I haven't been able to switch this to to English actually, or actually this is running retail mode, so it definitely always switches back to the Chinese language in this case once you turn the screen on and off. So that's why it's all in Chinese, but I guess you all get what I am talking about with this device. TouchWiz means you get a highly modified UI, including all those special buttons. It is a pretty white design, so they're not saving much battery on this AMOLED panel, or not really taking advantage of the AMOLED panel here. You get a 16 megapixel f1.9 camera on the back that uses a face detection autofocus. There's no laser autofocus or anything. It's just using this PDAF, which definitely does a pretty good job. It's pretty fast, and the picture seems pretty nice so far. On the front, there is another 16 megapixel camera running or using this f1.9 f aperture. Yeah, overall design pretty standard Samsung, 6.9 millimeters in thickness. As I said, it weighs in at 189 grams, which seems pretty light for a 6-inch device. The whole thing comes around in this pretty nice looking aluminum case, which has a matte back, so it doesn't attract any fingerprints. Feels pretty sturdy overall, doesn't bend or anything. And yeah, that's pretty much it about the Samsung Galaxy C9 Pro. Performance seems pretty much alright. I haven't been able to play around with it much, but yeah, overall I'm pretty impressed. The whole thing costs 3,200 yen in China, which converts to just under $400 US, which isn't the cheapest price considering the fact that it is more of a mid-range device, but they're definitely gunning for this high-end mid-range look, as you can see from the small bezels right there and the slightly curved, pretty good looking design actually on the C9 Pro here. So yeah, that's just been a very quick look at the Samsung Galaxy C9 Pro here in China, which is also the first smartphone from Samsung sporting 6 gigabytes of RAM.